Before you fall in love with anyone, watch this story. A man who owned a mansion, several companies, and a fleet of luxury cars suddenly abandoned all of it and began living in a small, old one-room apartment. Why? To test the heart of a woman he hadn't even met yet. Before I continue, make sure you subscribe for more powerful real-life stories like this. In the heart of the city lived Michael Adeyemi, a 36-year-old billionaire CEO known for his brilliance, discipline, and intimidating success. He had a mansion in Lekki Phase 1, a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, and a company with over 500 employees. But for years he carried a hidden wound. Every woman he dated wanted his money, not him. Some loved his cars, some loved his bank alerts. None loved the man behind the wealth. He had been betrayed, used, embarrassed, and lied to more times than he could count. So one night, after ending yet another relationship that was built on greed, Michael made a decision. I will become an ordinary man until I find someone who sees my soul before my money. Michael quietly moved out of his mansion. He left the G-Wagon in the garage. He told his workers he needed a month off. Then he went to a small old neighborhood on the mainland and rented a tiny one-room apartment, one with a rusty door and cracked walls. He shaved his expensive haircut, stopped wearing designer clothes, and bought a simple Toyota Corolla. His neighbors knew him only as Brother Mike, the quiet guy who works in a small office. For the first time in years, he felt free. One Saturday morning, on his way to buy bread and milk, he met Ada, a young woman in her mid-20s. She lived in the same compound, always polite, hard-working, and cheerful. She was the type who greeted everyone, rich or poor, with the same respect. One day, he saw her struggling with a heavy bag of foodstuffs. He rushed to help. She smiled. "Thank you so much. People don't usually stop to help strangers these days." Her smile was warm. Her eyes were sincere. Her presence was calming. Michael felt something he hadn't felt in years. Peace. Michael didn't want to rush anything. He befriended her quietly, simply. They ate roasted corn by the roadside. They took evening walks. They talked about life, dreams, values. Ada worked at a pharmacy and earned just enough to survive, but she was content. She never complained. She never acted entitled. Michael noticed something rare. She never asked him for anything. Not money, not gifts, not favors. Instead, she always said, "Let's manage, Brother Mike. Life is not a competition." Those words struck him deeply. One evening, he took her out to a small local restaurant. Ada ordered the cheapest meal. She didn't want him to spend too much. Michael gently told her, "Don't worry, I can afford it." But she shook her head and smiled. "I like simple things. Peace of mind is enough." That night, Michael couldn't sleep. Could it be that he finally found the woman who truly loved simplicity? Someone who could love him, not his money, but he needed to be certain. One day, Michael pretended that his Toyota car had serious issues. He told Ada he didn't have money for repairs. Ada didn't complain. She didn't act disappointed. Instead, she brought him homemade food and said, "We will manage. Hard times don't last." Her kindness melted him, but the biggest test came when he said, "Ada, my company may lay me off. Things may get tougher for me." Instead of running away, she held his hand and replied, "If you lose everything today, you still have me." That was the moment Michael silently cried in his heart. No woman had ever said such words to him. The landlord suddenly increased the rent. Ada struggled to pay. Michael wanted to help, but he feared revealing too much. Ada sold her phone just to complete her rent. She never asked him for a kobo. When he found out, he felt pain. Later that night, he prayed, "God, if this woman is truly my destiny, show me the right time to open up." After months of observing her pure heart, Michael finally knew. Ada was the one. One Sunday, he told her to dress nice, that he wanted to show her something. They drove out in the old Toyota, but after a long drive he turned into a luxury estate. Ada became confused. "Mike, are we lost?" He said nothing. Then they parked in front of a massive mansion. A guard approached and greeted. "Welcome home, sir." Ada froze. "Sir? Mike, what is he talking about?" Michael looked at her with gentle eyes. "Ada, my name is not just Mike. I am Michael Adeyemi, CEO of Adeyemi Holdings. This is my real home." Ada stood speechless. Tears filled her eyes. Not because he was rich, but because he trusted her enough to tell her the truth. He continued, "I hid my wealth to find love, and in you, I found the one thing money can't buy." Ada cried and hugged him tightly. That evening, Michael drove her, not in the Toyota but in his G-Wagon, to a quiet garden behind the mansion. He knelt down. "You loved me when you thought I had little. I want to love you for the rest of my life. Ada, will you marry me?" With tears, she whispered, "Yes. 1,000 times yes." As Michael and Ada walked back into the mansion hand in hand, one thing became clear. Love isn't proven when everything is easy. Love is proven when nothing is certain. Ada didn't fall in love with a CEO. She fell in love with a man who owned nothing. Or at least, that's what she believed. And Michael finally understood the truth he had been searching for all his life. A woman who can stay with you when you have little is the same woman who deserves to enjoy plenty with you. Their story became a reminder that in a world where many people chase wealth, the most precious treasure you can ever find is a sincere heart. And if you enjoyed this powerful story and want more inspiring, emotional, and life-changing stories like this, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, share this video with someone who needs this message, because every week we bring you real stories that touch the heart, open the mind, and remind us of the values that truly matter. See you in the next story. Stay blessed.